How is the Josh? How is the Josh?
Vicky Kaushal is no longer just an actor. He's a superstar.
जब ये पर्दे पे आएगा तब मजा आएगा.
He's tall, he's handsome, he has personality, he has charm, and most importantly, he can act.
ये नहीं रह रहा पंजाब में, इसको आता है मिशन पंजाबी का.
And with the massive success of Chhaava, he has proven that he can pull audiences to the theatre. Vicky Kaushal is no longer just an actor, he's a superstar. After Chhaava, there is no doubt that Vicky Kaushal is set to dominate the silver screen in the coming years. With his next two films directed by legends like Sanjay Leela Bhansali and Rajkumar Hirani, his trajectory only points upwards. And maybe, just maybe, we might even see him step into the world of Animal Park.
जब ये पर्दे पे आएगा तब मजा आएगा.
But how did he get here? How did Vicky Kaushal go from a regular engineering student to one of Bollywood's most exciting superstars? Yes, you heard me right. From a regular engineering student to one of the massive superstars in Bollywood. In this video, we'll take you through his early years, hustling for auditions and working behind the scenes, the performances that turned him from an indie gem into a mainstream icon, his transformation into a national award-winning actor and a box office draw, and finally, why his future in Bollywood looks bigger than ever. Buckle up, because this is the story of the rise of Vicky Kaushal. Before the national awards, before the box office blockbusters, before he became a name that audiences cheered for in theatres, Vicky Kaushal was just another young guy in Mumbai chasing a dream. But here's an interesting fact. He wasn't even supposed to be an actor.
क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
Born into a Punjabi family, Vicky Kaushal is the son of Shyam Kaushal, a well-known action director in Bollywood. You would think that meant an easy entry into the film industry, right?
The first thing he asked me was this only कि यार अगर तुझे लग रहा है मेरे वजह से तुझे तेरा कुछ हो जाएगा तो कुछ नहीं होगा, वो मैं क्लैरिटी दे देता हूँ. मैं खुद एक टेक्नीशियन हूँ. I'll only be there as a father, not as a action director from the film industry.
Like many middle-class kids, he followed the safe career path, engineering. He studied at Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Technology, preparing for a stable 9-to-5 job.
कौशल परिवार में पहला चिराग था जो 9 to 5 जॉब करेगा, मंथली पे मिलेगी, सैटरडे संडे की छुट्टी है, दिवाली की छुट्टी फिक्स है, वेकेशन कब लेनी है, कहाँ लेनी है, सब पता होगा. So it's a very secure life.
But here's where fate played its hand. During a field trip to an office, he had an epiphany. He saw people working in cubicles, staring at screens all day, and realized, this isn't my life, I don't belong here. That's when he decided he was going to chase his passion for acting.
So मुझे ये पता था कि यार मुझे खुशी मिलती है इस काम से, इसको सीखूंगा, इस पे काम करूंगा.
Unlike many star kids who get launched straight into lead roles, Vicky chose to start from scratch. He enrolled at the Kishore Namit Kumar Acting Institute, the same place where actors like Hrithik Roshan trained. He didn't just learn acting, he immersed himself in theatre, performing in plays, sharpening his skills by working with Manav Kaul's Aranya Group and Nasiruddin Shah's Motley Productions. But acting classes weren't enough. He needed to understand how movies were made. So instead of jumping straight in front of the camera, he started behind it. He worked as an assistant director on Anurag Kashyap's Gangs of Wasseypur. That meant long hours, tough conditions, and no special treatment. Just pure, raw filmmaking experience. He was there not as a Kaushal, not as a star kid, but as a learner. And through all this, he kept auditioning. Vicky's early career wasn't glamorous. It was full of rejections. No shortcuts, no easy passes. His first roles? Tiny, Bling and Miss, the younger version of Kunal Kapoor's character in Love Shavte Chicken Khurana, and a minor, barely noticed part in Anurag Kashyap's Bombay Velvet, which sadly also wasn't noticed. But then came his real first break, Masaan, the performance that announced his arrival. Masaan wasn't a big-budget film. It wasn't a star-driven project. It was a small indie drama about life, loss, and redemption. Vicky played Deepak, a young man from Varanasi's Dom community, struggling against caste barriers and heartbreak. And he delivered. Raw, vulnerable, real. His performance didn't feel like acting. It felt like watching a real person live his truth. Suddenly, the struggling engineer-turned-actor was no longer invisible. Vicky Kaushal had arrived. And that was just the beginning.
हर वो चीज जो मैं करना चाहता हूँ कानून में गलत है. लोडेड बंदूक रहती है मेरे पास, किसी दिन दिमाग खराब हो गया ना, कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ.
If Masaan showcased his vulnerability, Raman Raghav 2.0 proved that Vicky Kaushal could go dark. Anurag Kashyap's psychological thriller wasn't a mainstream Bollywood film. It was gritty, disturbing and raw, and at the center of it was Vicky Kaushal, playing one of his most complex roles ever. He played Raghav, a morally corrupt, drug-addicted cop spiraling into his own darkness while chasing a serial killer, brilliantly played by Nawazuddin Siddiqui. This wasn't your typical hero role. Raghav was unstable, violent, and self-destructive. Vicky lost weight, adopted a jittery, restless body language, and fully immersed himself in the role. The result? Critics praised him for stepping into such an unglamorous, unsettling character. He stood his ground opposite Nawaz, proving that he could match one of the finest actors in the industry, scene for scene. With Raman Raghav 2.0, Vicky Kaushal had checked another box: intense, dark, psychological roles. But even after delivering two outstanding performances, he still wasn't a household name. Could he break into the big leagues? Could he transition from indie films to mainstream Bollywood? And then came 2018, the 1 year every actor has that changes everything.
आप सिर्फ जैज म्यूजिक ही सुनते हैं?
जैज म्यूजिक का कुछ और ही असर होता है मुझ पर।
वही असर मुझ पर हिंदुस्तानी क्लासिकल म्यूजिक का होता है।
हिंदुस्तान में पली हो तो वहीं की चीजें पसंद करोगी ना।
After intense and quirky roles in Raman Raghav 2.0 and Love Per Square Foot, Raazi required something entirely different: restraint. He played Iqbal Sayyid, a Pakistani army officer who unknowingly marries an Indian spy played by Alia Bhatt. Now there is no doubt that Raazi was Alia Bhatt's film, but Vicky did something rare that made the audience care about the other side. Instead of playing Iqbal as a stereotypical villain, he brought dignity, warmth, and depth to the role. His silence spoke volumes, his heartbreak was real. He wasn't just an obstacle in Sehmat's mission, he was a human being caught in the storm. The impact? Critics took notice, filmmakers took notice, and the audience took notice. It was clear Vicky Kaushal had range.
क्या नहीं है? रोल।
If Raazi made people notice him, Sanju made them love him. Everyone was talking about Ranveer Kapoor's transformation as Sanjay Dutt, but who was the heart of the film? Kamli. Vicky Kaushal's big-hearted, lovable, fiercely loyal best friend character. This was a film where audiences truly connected with Vicky Kaushal. His comic timing, spot on.
सर आप स्नेक्स खाएंगे?
स्नेक्स?
स्नेक्स? इधर होल में बहुत है। मैं लेके आता हूँ सर।
His emotional scenes, gut-wrenching.
ये सुनील दत्त बनना जरूरी नहीं है। It is okay to be संजय दत्त। सर, इन्हें बचा भी लो, वो मर जाएगा।
That moment where Kamli and Sanju fight, iconic. As a fun fact, Kamli was a mix of multiple real-life people from Sanjay Dutt's life, but Vicky made it feel like one single real person. The result? Massive appreciation from audiences and critics alike. People walked out of the theater saying, "Who is this guy? He's amazing." Vicky had done it again, stolen the show without being the lead. And then came the knockout punch.
How's the Josh? How's the Josh?
Vicky had played soft-spoken, charming and emotional roles, but could he pull off a high-intensity, full-blown action film?
ये नया हिंदुस्तान है, ये अंदर में घुसेगा भी और मारेगा भी।
The answer?
How's the Josh?
In Uri, The Surgical Strike, Vicky played Major Vihan Singh Shergill, leading a team of Indian soldiers in a mission based on actual events. This wasn't just any action film. It was a film that carried patriotic emotions, technical precision, and gritty realism. Vicky transformed for the role, bulking up, training like an actual soldier, and delivering action sequences with brutal precision. He owned the screen, commanding every frame with power, authority, and raw emotion. The dialogue, "How's the Josh?" became a national chant.
How is the Josh? How is the Josh?
The result? Uri became a 200+ crore blockbuster, making Vicky Kaushal a bankable lead actor overnight. He won the National Award for Best Actor, a huge achievement for someone just a few years into his career. At this point, Vicky wasn't just a talented actor anymore, he was a star.
21 साल इंतजार किया मैंने। मर्डर को प्रोटेस्ट मानेगा या प्रोटेस्ट को मर्डर मानेगा आपका ब्रिटिश लॉ।
If Uri made Vicky Kaushal a star, Sardar Udham proved he was an actor of the highest caliber. Directed by Sujit Sarkar, this wasn't just another patriotic film. It was a deep, introspective and emotionally heavy period drama.
Tell people I was a revolutionary.
Unlike Uri, this wasn't about war cries and action sequences. It was a slow burn performance, relying on silences, pain and subtle intensity. With Sardar Udham, Vicky Kaushal proved he wasn't just a star, he was an artist. But then came the challenge. Could he pull off a full-fledged theatrical blockbuster again?
आर्मी का डिसिप्लिन उसकी नींव है। आर्मी की नींव मत हिलाइए। Minister.
After Uri, many expected Vicky to return to the war genre, but when he did, he took an entirely different kind of a role. In Sam Bahadur, he wasn't just playing a soldier, he was playing a legend. Sam Manekshaw, India's first field marshal and one of the most charismatic military figures in history.
तुम नहीं कर सकते।
कर नहीं सकता या करूंगा नहीं, काबिलियत और नीयत का फर्क है, Prime Minister.
Unlike Uri, where he was a fierce commando, here he had to balance wit, strategy and commanding screen presence. His physical transformation, the moustache, the body language, the way he spoke, everything was meticulously crafted.
हम रहे या ना रहे, हमारी इस वर्दी का गौरव हमेशा रहेगा.
Did the film become a box office sensation like Uri? Not quite. But did it prove that Vicky Kaushal could lead historical films with ease and finesse? Absolutely.
To the Indian Army.
With these two films, Vicky Kaushal showed he could dive deep into real-life characters, he could deliver layered, nuanced performances beyond heavy action roles. He wasn't just here for the commercial hits, he was here to build a legacy. And then came the film that has sealed his superstar status, Chhaava. If Uri made him a box office sensation, if Sardar Udham cemented his acting prowess, then Chhaava has made him a true megastar. A film years in the making, Chhaava is the story of Chhatrapati Sambhaji Maharaj, the fearless Maratha warrior and son of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Why this role was a game changer? The physical transformation. Vicky trained extensively in sword fighting, horse riding and ancient war tactics, pushing himself beyond anything he had ever done. The character depth. Shambhaji Maharaj wasn't just a warrior, he was a strategist, a poet and a leader who fought till his last breath. The scale. This wasn't a small-scale historical drama. It was a full-fledged grand period epic with massive battle sequences, intricate palace politics rarely seen in Bollywood historical films. And Vicky owned every frame. The audience response, insane. Packed theaters, standing ovations, critics calling it his career-defining role. The box office, blockbuster, one of the biggest hits of the year. With Chhaava, Vicky Kaushal has proven beyond a doubt he can carry a historical epic on his shoulders. He has the mass appeal to pull audiences into theaters. He isn't just a star anymore. He is one of Bollywood's leading superstars. And the best part, he is just getting started. And let's just say, the future looks insane. It's a dream for an actor to work with Sanjay Leela Bhansali, a name synonymous with opulence, grandeur and unforgettable performances. And Vicky Kaushal is stepping into Bhansali's world for the first time alongside actors like Ranbir Kapoor and Alia Bhatt in Love and War. Will it be a period drama, a romantic tragedy, a gangster saga? No one knows. But knowing Bhansali's eye for detail, we can expect Vicky to be pushed to his absolute limits. If Bhansali is a dream director for every actor, Rajkumar Hirani is the consistent hitmaker everyone wants to be associated with. And after Sanju and Dunki, Hirani and Vicky are reuniting, and this time, Vicky isn't in a supporting role, he's leading the film. Which brings us to the biggest rumor floating around. Could Vicky Kaushal be joining the world of Animal? Will he be Ranbir Kapoor's biggest rival in Animal Park? Could we see two of the finest actors of this generation go head-to-head in an ultra-violent action saga? And that too in a Sandeep Reddy Vanga movie. The bottom line is that Vicky Kaushal is just getting started. He has the acting chops, he has the screen presence, and he has the box office pull. And with the kind of films he has lined up, one thing is clear. Vicky Kaushal is set to dominate Bollywood for years to come. So what do you think? What's your favorite Vicky Kaushal performance? Which upcoming film are you most excited for? And if Animal Park happens, how hyped are you? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, share this video with your fellow movie buffs, and don't forget to subscribe to stay tuned for more such videos. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.